pleased to have here on the Rich Eisen Show right now. Hopefully, at some point, going to get his Los Angeles Dodgers on a field in 2020. And it looks like there is a proposal on the table that could lead to that. He is a former manager of the year. He is a World Series champion in his own right as a player. He is Dave Roberts. How are you, sir?
Rich, I'm doing well, man. It's good to kind of reconnect, and I love listening to the show and hearing passion from sports fans.
Isn't that great?
It's the best. It really is. And, under these circumstances where obviously the world's different right now, but this is one reason why we certainly need sports back. I love it.
Yeah, it's funny. I had my buddy from NFL Network, Michael Irvin, on last week, and when I texted him, like, do you want to come on the show? And he's just like, absolutely. He goes, I feel like I need to talk sports again. It's been so long since I've talked sports, and that's kind of where we are in this world with me sitting right here at this show. Not to, get too deep with you, but again, you're a guy who manages, right? So maybe you can manage me in a way that I kind of go back and forth. Like, do I want to talk about the real world in terms of what's going on in sports, or just, talk to you about that 2004 season with the Red Sox, or your favorite moment as a player, or your favorite moment as a man? I kind of go back and forth about it, Dave.
Yeah, I'm with you, Rich. And it's interesting. It's like, I think it's like, it's funny is I talk to my wife and my kids all the time, and it's interesting because to understand and appreciate what's going on is one thing, which is certainly front of mind for everyone. But I do think that for us, for my kids, for you, for people to make no apologies for being frustrated or wanting sports or their life back, that's the human feeling. And I think that sometimes we feel like we got to suppress that for fear of shame or being critiqued or judged, where I don't think that that's completely fair, because I don't think that it's kind of mutually exclusive. You can still feel what people are going through, but I still think that I don't think we should feel bad about talking sports and wanting sports. Is that fair?
Yeah, I think it's absolutely fair. We hear from people who are saying, I needed a break. So-and-so's in the hospital. I'm wondering about what's going on with my job. And I want to, I want some sports, or I want to talk about it, or, I want to chime in right now. I mean, we hear that all the time right now. And then I look up and I see a highlight from the South Korean Baseball League, and I'm seeing somebody circle the bases, and I'm seeing the crack of the bat, and I'm like, man, oh man, do I miss Major League Baseball? That's what I think about, Dave.
Yeah, and I'm with you, and I think that obviously we're biased because we're tied to the industry, but I see that happening outside of our country, which to each his own, and I understand that. But I do think that with baseball, and you have a grasp on football, basketball, all sports, but I think that with baseball in particular, it's our season right now. I think it's an opportunity, I guess, to kind of put a phrase, to gain some market share back, from football and basketball. I think that being in homes of Americans all over the country, and it just kind of takes me back to my father, who passed away a few years ago, where he said, man, we're in Houston with my siblings. We used to huddle around for that game of the week, whether it be on TV or the radio, and just listen to it or watch it, where baseball has that opportunity. And, yeah, it's going to look different without the fans. But I do think that, and I don't know if you heard this, Rich, is potentially having players, coaches mic'd up, so it gives the fans, the viewers, a different perspective. So this is all contingent that we do get something done.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.